The views expressed in this presentation are those of the hosts and guests and do not represent the views of any lodge, Grand Lodge, appended body, or any other person or persons whomsoever.
Brethren, we are at Refreshment.
I'm a cool guy, right? You know, we're cool. He's like, yeah. How weird.
I said just a bunch of old guys eating hashed over crock pot food. And well,
You're just not high enough up in the conspiracy.
oh yeah.
And the potentate is right where you are. And what does he do? He just starts laughing his ass off. Welcome to the At Refreshment Masonic video podcast. I'm your host, Wes Reuter, and we'll get to everyone.
Brock Bosman, Raven 303.
I love you. Yoshi, Villa Park Lodge, number 1113.
What's going on?
And I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs right now. All right. So, if you haven't realized, it's Christmas time as we're recording this, and it's a little cold outside.
A little bit.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
But we have a special guest for you today.
Ooh, we do?
Yes, we do. You seem a little excited about this.
Yeah, this is good. I noticed that
This is an important guest for us.
This
is
is very important for us.
I just seen the Fez right here.
I
And
know,
I seen
I've
the
seen-
tassel
yeah,
color, and I
yeah,
was like,
that's-
I haven't
that's
seen
important
too many
right there.
gray tassels.
Yeah, nope, not often.
Silver, not gray.
Silver.
He's a youngster. Everything is great to him.
I'm still wet behind the ears here.
Yeah, you are. We need to get you a towel or something.
Well, I think we should,
Introduce him.
bring in
Yeah,
our
why not?
guest
Why
here.
not?
Why
Let's
not,
do it.
What the
man?
heck? Let's bring him in. All right, everyone. Without further interruption, Victor Mann, come on in.
Come on
Victor!
down. Welcome.
How you doing?
At long last.
At long last.
Brother Gabriel. Marty, long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
What an honor.
Thank you for
Welcome.
coming on, and we appreciate you flying out here and coming to do the show. We appreciate it very much.
This is bucket list stuff, and I'm happy to do it.
Well,
Hey,
thank you.
thank you. Yeah, we appreciate it. It's awesome.
So, your title in the Grotto, it's Grand Venerable Prophet. Is that correct?
Right.
And what does that mean to everyone out there that's not familiar with Grotto or Freemasonry? And
That means there's a 7-year line for being Grand Monarch and the MOVPER. And what that means to me is that I have in 2023 to look forward to being installed as the Grand Monarch.
Awesome.
Very cool.
Cool.
Woo!
Man.
Can you, hang on before can you tell us a little bit more about you, your history in Masonry, what
Absolutely.
lodge
Yeah,
you're
please.
from,
Yeah,
that kind of stuff?
I live in New York City. I'm from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Wait, you moved?
Getting that geography
you
down.
went from New
Yes.
Orleans to New York?
Yes,
That's
I
a
did.
terrible move.
For the past 15 years, I've been a Mason in New York City, the Grand Lodge of New York, Independent Royal Lodge, Lodge number 2, which is one of the oldest lodges in the country, 1760.
Wow.
So, and that's one of the nice things that I got from leaving New Orleans and going to New York. There's a very interesting Masonic scene in New York because it's as old as it is.
Did you join Masonry in New York? Or?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I
Okay.
did.
Very cool.
And then where were we? Where were we going with this?
I don't know.
What lodge or what grotto are you from, I mean?
Azim Grotto, number 7. And Azim Grotto was dormant for a long time. And we sort of stumbled across it in 2011 and revived it. And that's one of the parallels that I think we have with Chael and some of the other grottos of late, that we're doing a lot of the same good work, and we're doing it for a lot of the same reasons.
Yeah.
So what drew you to Masonry and what kept you in Masonry?
Family members were Masons, so I was supposed to be a Mason at some point. No, it's really true. It was more of a thing that I needed to do because of where I was and what I was trying to accomplish. But then when I moved to New York City, the mission sort of shifted a little bit because Masonry in New York City is a little differently than it was in New Orleans or Louisiana. You know,
they're good
two
old
very
boys down
different.
there.
Oh yeah,
They're southern by the grace of God.
There's a lot of special things that happen, and but New York is where I've done most of my work. I've been a Mason for 15 years, and I've been in the Grotto since 2011, I think.
So, okay, Azim Grotto. The main thing I know about Azim Grotto is you have a lot of members who like to run their mouths on the internet and say they can out-party Shail, which I don't think is possible. But actually tell me, because I know we were recently chartered. You guys kind of resurrected a charter. Was that charter already there, or how did... I know you brought it back. Tell us about that, because a lot of people don't go back, to the bottom of the ocean and pull the Titanic up, but you guys actually did it, and you're better for it.
I'll tell you exactly what happened. It's a wonderful story. New York City turned out to be an untapped resource for Grotto in 2011. There was one member of Azim Grotto who was paying his dues and a couple other people's per capita to keep the charter, and he went to turn it in.
How many years did they do that for?
He did it for Leon Weinstein. I don't know, probably 20 years.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it
That's
finally,
dedication. That's amazing.
It finally
Shout
got to
out.
the point where Leon was going to turn it over, and that was when a past monarch, John Mark Hilliard, said, I'll make a last push, and he contacted a few Masons who had a lot of contacts in New York City. And he said, we should revive the Grotto. And honestly, we didn't know what the Grotto was in New York City in 2011.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And when we found out that Azim Grotto was, number 7, it's still number 7, 1890. It was found, not 1890, it's number 7. And, it was beyond questioning whether or not we should save it. What turned out was an explosion of epic proportion with what we've done, what we've become. We went from literally 3 members to over 150.
Wow.
Okay.
So what was your
that's
guys'
great.
first thing, though? Like, if you guys didn't know about Grotto, when you guys very first started hearing about it and trying to think about redoing it, like, how did you guys go into the ritual and think like, whoa, like, what is this?
Please let me tell you a story about that. Thank you, Brock. This is so weird that interesting questions are coming from him. But,
from a youngin'.
But I'll go along with it.
curious.
What the biggest compliment that Azim Grotto got, I'll tell you, was when a Grand Monarch, Mitch Weinstein, traveled to Azim Grotto in New York City to attend a ceremonial, and we did this whole weird production of what we thought the ritual work was supposed to be like, and we kind of thought we had an idea of what was happening, and we did 6.5 acts, and the rest was I won't talk about. And then afterwards, I turn to Mitch and I say, "So what do you think about that?" And Mitch says, "I've never seen anyone do the whole ceremonial." And we were like, "Wow." Nobody told us there was a short form. So
No, but
That's great.
No, sure, Dave. It's like we are hoping that one day we will be able to do
we
the
do
full.
about 4 of the scenes, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do about 4 of the scenes, but our goal at Shail is to do the full blown ceremonial,
And
that is our goal.
exactly. I'm just pointing out that it was an interesting time for Azim Grotto. And after that, I mean, we've been very fortunate. I know we're in New York City. Some of this is easier than other parts of the country, and that's true. But while it's true, we all have the primary focus, and we do what we can.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one. Why? Because you said it was 3 members when you joined. 3 members in your grotto, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. What kept you interested? What kept you interested to come all this way as you have? I mean, for 3 members, because we've talked about it. I know we've all there's not that
I'll
many
tell you
people
right
here.
now,
It's
this is
disappointing.
easy, Wes. Grotto does for me what Lodge does not. This is the Masons' playground, and I'm better at this than I am at overly esoteric environments. And while I don't try to define Masonry or Masons, I flourish in fellowship more than I,
More of the social aspects
Well, I think
of it.
a lot of Freemasonry and a lot of the people that do come look for that fellowship, and that's something that like a lot of people find that they like. Some of those esoteric people, you don't realize that real brotherhood or that fellowship when you're reading books by yourself. But once, like even in myself, once I joined, I started meeting people. I'm like, wow, this is Freemasonry.
Yeah. But then there's still those guys that like to just jump into that world. Like if for all our people out there listening to other Masonic podcasts, you could tell all the podcasts where dudes just want to talk about like, well, this means this and this means that. And you tell homeboys never had a beer.
We're those types of Masons.
Grotto will get you a beer.
Grotto will get you a beer. We will
Nice
get you a lot
steak
of
or
beer.
something, a good dinner somewhere.
Yeah.
But
playground.
Yeah.
Exactly. But that's the beauty of Masonry as a whole is it has everything for everyone. Well, not everyone, but you know what I'm saying. If you want to learn history,
Take that, atheists.
Yeah, right. Yeah, take that. But if you want to learn history, you're going to get that. You want to do the whole esoteric thing, you're going to get that. If you want to enjoy fellowship, you're going to get that. Because that's my main love of Freemasonry is the oh my God, I can't even say the word. Camaraderie. The fellowship. Doing what we do. And
Grotto has that for sure.
Grotto definitely has that.
Yeah.
Definitely has that. I've gone to Grand Lodge every year since I became a Freemason. Just over the summer, we went to our very first grand session, and I'll tell you this: that was one heck of a party.
So, what about like the structure of that? Talking about Grand Lodge, so is it similar to like each state has a Grand Lodge, or how, or is it just the National Grotto Grand Lodge? Correct?
No, there's it's the Grottoes of North America. So the Supreme Council is over all the grottos that exist in
The United
North
States
America.
and Canada.
Correct.
Okay. And then, so is there like a state representative, or each grotto itself kind of?
Well, there are grotto associations that each grotto is eligible to join. But one thing I'd like to say, though, because you brought up whether or not it was North America or just in the United States.
Yeah.
But there was a grotto in Cuba.
Oh, wow.
So we've been more than international, or we've been international
more
at
than
some
what you would
point.
think. Yeah.
But the grotto in Cuba is not active, although there is a display in the Grand Lodge of Cuba that contains a grotto Fez from the grotto in Cuba.
I mean, Freemasonry is pretty huge.
It's incredible.
In Cuba.
So I think as they modernize is the wrong word, but as they
yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's hard to describe. What happened
He's
with
trying
Cuba?
to say that so political, and I just want to be like, get it together, commies.
the Grand Lodges just need to handshake and be done with it.
Yeah.
That's what I
Well,
mean.
Florida deals with a lot of that stuff with Cuba too, with those clandestine Cuban.
You're exactly right. Florida's dealing with the Cuba thing. Stop right there, Wes. Stop right there, Brock.
Why did you insult me?
Because I was nervous.
Yeah.
It's all right.
You know what?
forgive you
Hold on, I gotta stop. Wes, you look like Santa Claus and an accountant had a weird baby.
I'm sorry. I
don't think I've ever seen you pull out glasses before. I didn't even know you.
don't want to get into it. I'm losing my eyesight. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Okay.
That's not very
with,
Christmassy.
With that, so okay, Grotto, you sent us some things, and the Grotto structure and makeup, what you tell us in 2019 is 9,603 members. That's from and you give us this. In 1926, the membership was 147,884.
Wow.
Right
Well,
now,
so-
wait.
is that peak, though?
Wait. With 131 grottos, 12 needed for dispensation and 25 for a charter. Grotto Association, 13 total. Grotto clubs included are units, clowns, motor, parade, honor guard, etc. 130th annual Supreme Council session in Louisville, Kentucky. The Great House.
Galt House.
Or the Galt House, I'm sorry. Okay, see, my eyes are getting bad. Man, see, now I would have never have heard of the Grotto, and I didn't even know about these totals because I think there should be a lot more because it's
You would
fun.
think.
What the Grotto does is fun, and It was always this thing at Grand Lodge. Oh, you just go upstairs, you get drunk, and join the grotto.
Yeah, Victor, if
But
you're not aware,
these guys
our Grand Lodge
here-
session, we run the parties.
They have changed it for me. I have got a completely different view of the grotto from these guys because it wasn't just about doing a degree and get it.
Let me
over.
tell you, I don't mean to interrupt, but let me tell you why these two guys are so important.
Yes. Tell me.
It's because they are the prophets in their area, region, or grotto who have made the time and taken the effort to go to the Supreme Council session and see what else happens outside of their immediate location. And that's what needed to happen for Azim Grotto too. So that's why you're able to get the feedback that they bring. And that's why.
Yeah, and I don't want this to sound like an elitist statement, but to piggyback off you, I was a grotto member in a different grotto than Shael that was kind of stagnant. I wasn't 100% sure where it was ever going, and none of us ever attended any of the big parties or anything. This sounds elitist, but like till you really go to Supreme Council, you're not 100% in the mix. You don't really know what's going on.
It's not elitist. You need to know.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah,
to
you
know
need-
that
yeah.
there's other things that happen
Yeah.
that structure what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I mean that in a very positive
Yeah,
way.
that's why
Right.
the huge thing. We always talk about travel and how it's
So
a
I'm
huge
proud of you
must.
guys. That was the reason I brought it up.
I mean,
that's where I met you. I met you guys at the last Supreme Council session.
The numbers are one thing,
That's
and
why I'm
I
here
would have
today.
never have seen that. But
Right.
what
Yeah.
I want to know is, what was it about? Because, like I said before, it was just go upstairs and join, and that's it. Oh, you never have to go. But these guys made it enjoyable. You see that it's something different. And the ideas that, what I noticed in Grotto, the ideas that you could not get past in Blue Lodge, get past in Grotto.
Yeah.
And you can do those ideas, those fundraisers or get-togethers, whatever you want to call them, in Grotto.
There's a lot more of a blank canvas to paint with. And that's one of the cool things about going to the Supreme Council sessions is you meet all these like-minded Masons. While they're like-minded, like they want to do something cool, they want to do something mischievous, they want to do something original. They're not always like you. They have their own other approach. You'll talk to these other grottos and like Wahoo Grotto down in Texas. Shout out Marty Haley. Like they're legitimate cowboys.
Wahoo!
And you got all these pretty boys over there in Azim Grotto.
Yeah.
And they're one thing.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Then you got all the southern.
Yeah.
Then you got all the southern.
Oh, yeah,
dudes in
wait.
Louisiana.
What's this? It says, tell us about the handsomest grotto in the realm, Shael Grotto.
I don't need,
No,
to,
that's-
I don't need to tell you about it. I can show you.
Well, we're already here, so we're living proof of it.
You're right. We're all afflicted.
Yeah. Well, no, it's funny. It's like you guys are the handsomest grotto. We're the chillest grotto.
Yeah,
We're chill.
not the chilly grotto.
No,
but
not the chilly grotto.
Yeah, I heard
Just
about
the
that.
chillest.
chillest grotto.
Chillest.
We may serve chili, in a
Yeah, we-
over
Oh, yeah,
crock
that
pot.
may have happened. A couple
Everybody
times.
win.
Well, I don't know. Are you guys gonna have hashed over crock pot food tomorrow for grotto?
I think we're having pork chops thrown at the grotto. Man.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And we're selling hot dogs.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's one of those things.
Slang.
I mean, Victor, if you had to sum up the grotto in a few sentences, because I think it's the most misunderstood appendant body, and I do have some of my own reasons as to why. But if you had to give a quick elevator pitch of what it is, why you're so involved, and why Masons in 2019 need it more than ever, what would it be?
Well, thanks for that, Barney.
Not a problem.
Look, if I wanted to tell you about how I felt about Grotto, I would tell you that it's where I feel most comfortable, and it's where I feel I do the most work, and it's where I'm the most helpful as a Mason. So I'm a little biased if I talk about where my passion lies. What I'm thankful for is that we have something to use and do some good work with. The humanitarian foundation that the Grotto supports as its charity provides $1 million in dentistry for children with special needs. So as much of a ridiculous time as I think I might have doing the work that I do, there's still a bona fide positive thing that happens for people that wouldn't be able to accomplish without the stuff that we do.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
this is the reason I push Grotto. This is the reason I work on Grotto. And this is why I came here to talk about how much good you guys are doing, and to let you know we're grateful.
Hey, thank you.
you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's great. Yeah, I'm so glad I joined. I mean,
Me too. I think
See?
I brought
See?
so much from Grotto.
See?
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything.
This
I
is
was
what
like,
I'm talking
they're the guys
about.
with the black fezzes.
Yeah.
That's all I knew.
yeah, how do you get those?
You know, but
you
that's that was the one thing we want when we started Shayo. We wanted to be out there more. We wanted to do things. We wanted, we didn't want to just sit somewhere and just
Be new.
just read the
Right, and just do business.
Just the energy.
No,
and just do business.
Why?
We wanted
They already
to
do that
go
in
out there.
Goulash.
We had the Dr. Smiles program, handing out handing the toothbrushes out. We wanted to be there. We wanted everyone to, be involved, like you said. Just join the grotto, go up there, get drunk, and you never have to show up. We didn't want that. We wanted that to end.
Right.
That needed to end.
Well, and you guys revamping the ceremonial, and like when I went through that ceremonial, I kind of read a lot about Grotto, but to see you guys play it out and to do it like way more than beyond what you guys said you were experiencing at Grand Lodge, like that really meant something to me as I was going through to be like, whoa. Well, and I also we got to go through with the privilege of the Grand Line as well. That was a little cool.
Yeah,
but,
that was really cool.
But
You guys,
it was a memorable experience, man, where I was like, this is really cool. And nobody at my lodge, I mean, I think besides Wes and I think we're the only Grotto members from our lodge.
Yeah, we're the only Grotto.
Out of 138 members, there's 2 of us,
And even my home lodge,
changes.
I think it's only me and maybe 2 other guys. But,
So there's plenty of room for us to grow.
oh yeah, plenty.
And it's coming. And the more fun we have, the more we drink, the more we party, the more we do good for Masonry, the more we make opportunities for all the ladies to come to stuff. And actually, I motioned at a table of ladies over there, so just don't think I'm
ladies.
having like a twitch. But it's about the time to take a quick break, Wes.
maybe. Think so?
Yeah, might as well.
Why not?
Let's keep going. Yeah, we'll take a break. All right, with that being said, we'll be right back. And we're back. We left you talking about the Grotto with Victor Mann, the
Grand Venerable Prophet.
I'm all new to this, so I'm going to screw everything up. But during the break, we were talking about history, so that's what we're going to continue with right now. And Brock is going to take us into some of the history of the Grotto. Brock?
Absolutely. Okay, so when I very first joined in the Grotto, as some of the people may know, that I went through all my old books trying to find anything I could find about Grotto. Something that's totally off topic I just randomly thought of. In Albert Mackey's encyclopedias, there's no mention of the Grotto for some weird reason. I don't know why.
Never mentioned the Grotto?
Nope, it's not in there for some weird reason. But so then pretty much the founding and starting of the Grotto, we said 1890. And so what had happened was there were some Masons who got together to do some degree work practice at a lodge. And as they were having a good time hanging out, they decided this went really well. This was cool. We should all meet up again, and we should try to keep doing this and have the fun, the fellowship, and all the other stuff in the Grotto. So as it started going, they decided to form up a committee or a group or whatever of that. They called it the Fairchild Devilry Committee. And they met
Deviltry.
Yeah, they met like this.
Devilry guy.
Hey. Everybody knows where I'm at on that. So then my thing is, so when they started meeting and forming like this, then kind of how did that branch into the Mystic Order of Veiled Prophets, and how did the name change? And talk a little bit maybe about where the Grotto and some of the Mokana and the names and stuff come from, the literature and stuff like that, maybe.
Allow me the opportunity to soothe you.
Thank you.
Ooh, that sounds dirty.
All right.
Right. Well, I think the reason you don't hear a lot about the Grotto and Mackey's interpretation of Masonry, and don't get me started, is because the thing at the time was the other 6-letter word organization. SHRINE.
I was trying.
So you didn't hear a lot about the Grotto,
Those 5
and
letters.
that's fine. And that's what it was. I'm not here
drink
to
it. It's all
debate
good.
history or talk to Marty about how 2 + 2 = 4. Right? But so
That's your
I'm not surprised that there's not an early history understanding of what's happening. But moving forward, the Grotto has done just as good and even better in times leading up to now. I'd love to share one of the anecdotes that I learned, which was there was a grotto on Long Island in New York City less than 40 years ago, who had 1,000 members in their mounted patrol who did parades. So there were 1,000 brothers who owned horses who belonged to a grotto who said, I'm going to dress up and go to a parade. So how does this happen? I can't explain all of this to you in a nutshell.
Well, the horses, people had horses way back when. Now people have more cars, and
Absolutely,
it's just it would be nice to see, but
I'm just comparing numbers and how things worked within and without. But now I think the run up to the question is where we are, and I'll tell you where we are. Now we're at a place in history in Grotto where we're working on what we need to do to move forward. Now is a great time to be a prophet in a grotto.
And you guys, are you chartering a lot of new grottos, or
we are instituting more grottos than we have in the past. We're also making changes that invite more people, Masons, and instances like this that occur. And now is a great time to be in the grotto. And I mean, you guys, I look around, this is what it is, and this is why it's happening.
Like I said, I enjoy it. It's different. You get to meet different people, and okay, here's a good question in history: why the Fez? I know the Shrine had it, but besides that, why the Fez for this fraternity?
I think I believe the reason is because it was the same period in history. Because the founding of the Shrine there's only a difference of 10 years, and at the period of the time was the Middle East and the Fezes. So that they adopted a similar thing. I'm not here to debate the past, but the reason there was maybe even this was because it was the black Fez versus the red Fez.
Well, so I'm going to say the black Fez is definitely looking a little better than the red Fez. I mean, come on.
It all comes from the same period of Hollywood. So if you need to assign blame, I say California gets it.
Well, I do love the black Fez with the red tassel, especially if you get into the ritual. A little bit of spoiler alert here. When it goes to the long form Fez lecture presentation, and you go, why it's black and red, and when they say the red is because we've murdered so many ignorant people, or what? Yeah, it's in there. I said it pretty unpoetically, but I remember those were a few of the things when I first started kind of getting into this. I'm like, who wrote this? This is awesome. It's insane. And even when you go back to the Fairchild Deviltry Committee and all that, I love the aura of fun and mischief that always kind of surrounds the grotto. Now, there's one phrase every dude who's super in the grotto has heard, and it'll make their eyes roll in the back of their heads. You guys might have heard this. I know you're newer to this.
I think I already know.
But I'm going to say this right now, and you're going to watch them both get so pissed. Yeah. Well, isn't the grotto just a poor man's shrine?
Yeah,
I hate that so much.
I hate it too.
I know.
I'm sorry. Okay, since we're talking about those phrases,
like-
the Master Mason's playground, that sounds a little...
It's not that bad.
No, it is not that bad. I love
Wear
that.
a suit and tie everywhere. Don't give me this. You
Dude, it sounds a little...
He's got a suit and tie on under a t-shirt.
Yeah, he does. That's awesome. I want to point that out. He's wearing a t-shirt over a freaking button-up and a tie. That's great.
Yeah, but no, it's so funny to think about. But
Look, it's the point that we're doing the work that we're doing says enough about what's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what should be going on, and you guys, you prophets, are the reason that it's happening. So that tells me everything I need to know. I don't know about how this stuff worked or didn't work in other things, but I can tell you I'm here. I can tell you this is a fantastic medium, and you guys deserve all the credit for making this happen and granting me the time to come here and do this. And probably the smartest guy in the room is the gentleman over here who's coordinating
Dave.
all of this stuff.
The life's blood of our
So as
experiment here.
As pretty as you think you are,
Yeah.
go to sleep tonight knowing that I am the most handsome. But I thank you for your time.
Well, actually, hold on. While we're here, we got.
Well, we're not going anywhere
Well, no,
yet.
no,
It's
I know
still
that,
green.
yeah.
I wasn't wrapping up.
Oh no, we're not
Wasn't
wrapping
wrapping
up.
up.
Hold on. Victor, you're virtually going to be the Grand Monarch of the country, overseeing the whole country's operation in 2023, right? All right, boys. Let's hit them with our wish list of what we want to see happen in the Grotto by 2023.
Well, let's start with my wish list. Since
What is
I'm
your
gonna be
wish
the
list?
grand
Yeah, there we go.
Why are you bringing this? I gotta think of
Exactly.
something now.
I want you guys, you 4 guys, to hold one of these sessions at the Supreme Council session in 2024 in New Orleans. I want you to do this live.
Oh boy.
Live.
I've never been to
Live.
New Orleans. We might be able to get live technology
And
by
look,
that time.
Don't talk to me about logistics. You've got 4 years.
We're gonna go.
We got time.
We got time.
This is not an invitation.
Wow, that's.
This
We're
is
gonna
a
be
challenge.
doing this for that long?
Yeah.
Challenge.
If we're still doing this show in 4 years, there better be
No.
more than 150 of you watching this, I swear.
Yeah, no. If we're not, we'll just bring it back for that one day.
Yeah.
Okay. So, wish list. Why? What's your wish list?
I got a few for the Grotto, and I love the Grotto.
Well,
Anyone?
because I don't know. I don't know what I'm new to the Grotto, so
I know you
what
are.
I
I know, and I got you, and I love you for it. But check it out. Here's some things. I'm gonna rattle them off. Victor, you know I love you. Everyone in the Grand Line, I love you guys too. But here's my wish list. We need to return to all the old symbols. You see that scary owl on the shirt that used to be the Deviltry Committee?
Yep.
I want that thing back.
The veiled owl.
The veiled owl.
I don't know. I want beer.
That's
I guess.
first and
I want beer.
foremost.
I want beer.
I don't know. I
I
just
don't
want
have a
this thing
problem
to
with
kind of
veiled
keep growing. You know, in this state, we've had some grottos do some like Blue Lodge degree teams that go to lodges and put stuff on. I think that'd be a great program for the Supreme Council to put out there nationally, more Blue Lodge programs.
It's proactive. It shows people
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
we're around.
Yeah, but that's
and
I
that
mean
we're
that's our
active
main
in masonry.
that's our main thing is every no matter what group we belong to, like appendant body we belong to, you guys got to remember it's the Blue Lodge first.
Absolutely.
It really is.
And that's where we get all of our membership for
Yeah,
every one of these
exactly.
appendant bodies.
That's why you get a life membership and go do what you want.
No, actually, the one thing I will say about the Grotto, and when I got in 5 years ago, what really attracted me to it is there's a lot of appendant bodies you could go to that have 100% lost track of their Blue Lodge.
Yeah.
And I mean, and I'm not trying to throw the shrine under a bus, but they literally twice a year hold a meeting just to reteach people like the grips and the do-guards because no one's been to lodge in 30 years. It's sad.
Really?
Yeah, it's pathetic. But that's just my take. So check it out. I will always say this. If you go to a Grotto meeting, you'll find the same idiots that are at 3 lodges a week doing degree work. And I mean that wholeheartedly. And I've seen that nationwide.
We're passionate people,
Yeah.
man.
No, it's passionate people, and then also too is once people find out that you can do some work, well,
Oh, yeah. They beat the
you
crap.
That's why I'm careful.
You get that
with what I
that
know.
hook, that comes out of the side of the stage and drags you back in onto the stage.
I'm
instead
careful
of
with
off of
what
it.
I know and who knows what I know.
Yeah.
So Victor, I really met you in June.
Yeah.
But what you don't know is I was told a few months before I met you that I had to meet you and I had to start doing stuff with you and partying and doing Grotto stuff. And that's from our Grand Monarch, Mike Hostler. So we're in Chicago drinking through partying up during the process of Chaillot getting chartered. And Mike in his very Kokomo, Indiana way is like, Marty, you got to get with my man Victor. And I'm like, I don't know, Victor, but I'll get with him. And then we all met at the Supreme meeting and it's cool. Now, I mean, he flew in from New York to Chicago to do the show today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And again,
means a
thank
lot
you.
to
It
me.
means a lot to us.
Yeah, it really
Yeah,
does.
it's
Yeah,
huge.
it really
It's
does.
amazing.
Marty, the only reason I was there and Hostler is because I was somewhere else for this kind of stuff.
Okay.
Oh, I know, dude.
Yeah, I was supposed to be there for that. And look, come on, guys. This is a
Well, we're-
blessing.
yeah.
This is a break. This is something great to do. This is fun for me and my wife. And this is good for Grotto. So,
Absolutely.
I'm glad you're enjoying it.
I'm here to say thank you and to keep doing what you're doing. It's impressive, not so much when we get granular and talk to Wes about things. But, this is what it is, and you guys are doing great work, and I'm glad to be here for it.
Oh, we're
Oh,
Happy
my
to have
God.
you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Super excited.
I don't drink. I'm sorry. Oh, wait.
Said a Grotto member never.
What is this? Fireball?
Ice water. What happened?
This
This smells like Yankee Candle, like
a double gulper.
Ooh, yeah.
Double gulper.
it smells like a mix of Yankee Candle and domestic violence. It's weird.
You can smell
Oh, we
domestic
still-
violence.
I can't.
That's terrible.
Wow.
Somebody shooting
so what
domestic violence. Wait, I'm
No,
jealous.
wait, we're gonna get way off subject.
I know, right?
Let's not talk about domestic violence.
No.
We got to take it off topic, guys. We got to bring it on to something else here.
Yeah. What do you
Ooh, yeah. Let's hit
Yeah,
the
let's
story
hear
of
about
that
the
cup.
cup, the fancy cup there.
Well, the cup. You know, this is I carry this. I drink with this because it has.
I hope you're not pissing it in the drink.
No. It has a monkey and a fez that constantly tries to take a scoop out of what I'm drinking.
You naughty monkey, you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It looks like a Shriner.
Honestly,
Maybe he's got the Fez on.
honestly,
yeah.
without making fun of the monkey, you know, it's about remembrance and it's about temperance and it's about finishing this.
It's definitely a cool
point.
glass for
So-
sure.
There it is.
And what's the handle? Is the handle?
Hey, listen, you know, sometimes handles do and handles don't. I'm sure you've heard that before.
Where do you want to see the grotto go when you come up? for
Well,
your-
let me tell you. I mean, these are the good times. These are the best days of Grotto. Grotto, like every other organization within Masonry and without, has struggled to work on membership and deal with development. You know, we're experiencing some growth. We're having some organic things happening like you prophets, and this is what it's about. If we're sustaining what we're doing, we're providing a service as a charity, and for the first time in a long time, we're starting to work on membership and growth, and it's working.
And what's your goal, like, to bring more members in when you come up?
Well, you know, my whole I'm not supposed to really talk about that with things that are happening presently.
Oh, okay.
But,
Yeah,
don't even worry
but
about
let me say this: I understand how these things work, and membership should be the focus on everything that we do.
Yeah.
And it's not token membership, but it's what sustains the charity.
Real membership.
So-
You know, we don't.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, don't Shanghai a bunch of people, and and just so you have numbers.
You know,
have members be members.
Yeah.
Can I add
Active.
something to what you just said?
That's right.
Membership is important, but I think what's bigger, and this is for all Masonic bodies and really anything, membership experience. I really don't, it doesn't upset me to look at, okay, there's only 10,000 National Grotto members, because I'm thinking, man, but if those guys are all having a good time, what's the difference?
And look at how great we're already
Yeah, I know.
doing.
Agreed.
I don't mind being the small kid on the block if I know what the punch we're serving isn't watered down at all and we're giving them the real deal.
Hey,
Yeah.
when we were in Danville for the Scottish Rite, we met a couple guys at
From
their
Grotto, and they got a cool little spot on
Oh,
the lake.
Gayo Grotto? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm
They're like-
hopping to Gayo Grotto.
Yeah, they're
Hey,
like-
they invited us to come out there and check it
Yeah.
out during the summer. and
Grotto
go
is an
camping and stuff.
untapped resource.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm not prepared to answer the question of what are the limits or capacities of what we're trying. You know, we're trying to survive. We're doing a good job. Right now, we're experiencing, you know, a boom, and you know, you prophets are part of the reason why it's happening. That's all.
But you know
I
how
don't
we
want
were.
to overthink it or underdeliver it.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you've got guys
Keep it
traveling in
simple.
from other states to be
Yeah.
able to do this. This is fantastic.
Absolutely.
You know,
It's an honor to get to do this show and to have the cool guests and
Well,
stuff.
I
People that
hope
come
we
on
have
here. It's
9,603 views for this episode out there. Oh, you better hope.
Hey,
I
Every
tell
profit.
people to subscribe to the podcast.
You did it.
I
We
do.
appreciate that. That was
I
great
do.
of you.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
I
we
appreciate
greatly
you.
appreciate
We need
that.
it.
Whoa, wait, what did this happen?
Oh, no,
not yet.
Why am I looking at that?
Sorry,
It's
somebody
still
stuck
green.
something out.
It's
on
still
me.
green.
I can't see through my plastic
Green.
sunglasses.
Sorry. Thought I was behind.
Hey,
Apologies.
No,
I
you're
smell
fine.
it calling me though. I hear.
I know. I
it.
smell it.
I'm
It's
like-
like oh,
That's why I
man.
moved it away. 'cause
It's
I'm
starting to
gonna
get. I'm
drink it
starting to
on
like.
the side of
Did you
this.
say melancholy? I'm not sure.
So, okay. Grotto degrees, without giving anything up, are they longer than Blue Lodge degrees? And should you wear underwear doing them?
Oh man, that's funny.
Underwear is optional.
I think I'm not sure if it's relational. I think underwear is always a good idea.
How non-grotto of you to
But-
say.
But the grotto degree is flexible depending on, the implication. And
I mean, like, okay, for like a master mason that's just hearing about the grotto right now, okay? And we all know that no matter where else you go, degrees, and some degrees are longer than others. And is it like the third degree? Is it like long like that? Or is it like Scottish Rite degrees where you break them up and you go and see them? That's what I mean.
yeah, no, get it. I think it's in between. I think it depends on who's putting on the degree and what they want to accomplish. It kind of varies, so it's hard to say. When we did this in New York City, we focused on some of the things that we thought the people who were going through would enjoy, which took a little more time. Yeah. But it's open to interpretation, and it's worked for a while.
And there's really no one here that's going to tell a grotto, unless they're doing something really, really off the reservation, what's right or wrong. Like Cinema Grotto in California, they're blessed to have a lot of SAG actors within their ranks.
Cinema?
Yeah, Cinema Grotto.
Yeah.
Cinema Grotto.
On eBay, man, I see all their stuff, man. They got the pins, they got all that stuff
But
out
no,
here.
so when they put on the degree, they actually put a lot of stunt work and fighting into it.
Oh, nice.
Because they have the ability to do
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And when our current Grand Monarchy went out there and they kind of were doing all this stuff that 100% isn't in the book, and they're like, hey, I hope that's okay. And he was like, yeah, if you guys can pull it off and your members enjoy it, do it to it.
That's cool.
That's exciting.
We're going to go into extra innings.
Extra innings?
Yeah. Okay. All right. We're going to take a break. We're going to go into extra innings, and we'll be right back. And we're back. One thing we want to talk about, and I know I'm always curious about it. I don't know if you guys are. Fez etiquette when it comes to the Grotto Fezes.
Oh, okay.
Because some guys have, and I understand this is very ornate, but some guys put pins all over and everything, and it looks fine to me. I've got no problem with it. But me being a Shriner first, obviously they don't allow all that stuff.
Right.
Can you tell us what the correct etiquette for wearing your Fez as a Grotto member?
Yeah, there's a set number of pins that can be worn on the Fez for different levels of achievement for giving actually.
Yeah.
There's one for enchanted lanterns. There's one for the Monarch's circle or Fairchild level of giving. So yeah, there are different options for things that happen.
Okay.
I've seen the lantern one the most. Though.
That's the
Yeah, that's the channel.
There
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
And there's a number. There's a tag that gets updated for every lantern that you buy, and that can go on the Fez also.
Because you look like a lot of the old schoolers, man. They'll have 100 lanterns
Yeah,
on their
right,
Fez.
really?
And
And the keys,
disco
and the
ball.
keys,
Yeah,
too.
What's the keys?
It's a membership.
I tried to find. I have one. I tried to
keys.
find it, and I could not find it.
Oh,
I
cool.
would say I've got a Ruby key, I think, every year. Pretty much that's just for bringing people in.
Yeah.
When you go to Supremes, you can be VIP, and it's just for getting membership.
Ooh.
But actually, Yoshi, don't you have one of your Grotto VIP gifts right there?
Oh, actually, yeah, I do.
That's nice.
Yeah, I don't know though, man. I know we have Fez etiquette, but a lot of people put a lot of wacky crap on theirs, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
There's
it's
a lot of latitude.
I know it's in a role, but who wants to be the Fez police?
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, well put.
Does it really matter if you put all this stuff on your
Yeah,
hat, on your Fez hat, whatever?
You know what? I get it to a certain point. I do get it to a certain point.
He called the hat a
I'm just
Fez.
Well, because I think about it, because you see the guys with all the lapel pins, and then they put it on their hats.
Yeah.
So if people put it on regular hats, what's the problem with Fezes?
I don't
You
know.
know.
Well, that's exactly. Yeah.
I do love the Masons, like North Korean generals, though.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all
Dude,
great.
I'm telling you, we need to start
Those are
being
the
like the
best.
Boy Scouts and having like the merit badge sash, dude. Just have all our pins on it.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we go somewhere,
Do I
we
have
should
to
just
wear a
get
shirt
tags
with
that
mine?
hang out there with a bunch of.
Turn on the magnetometer. Yeah. See who wins.
But as we mentioned, this is kind of our unofficial Christmas episode. And it's December, and it's cold. We're jolly. We just got through Thanksgiving while we recorded this. But in the Grotto realm, we're about 3 months away from a pretty big Grotto holiday.
Yeah.
And
we are.
the second annual. Victor, what do we got coming up?
What are you guys talking about?
National Grotto Day.
I thought you were 3 months off from something else, but yes, right. National Grotto Day in March 21st. Yep. And this is the second year that we've done this, and I'll tell you,
Shout out to Bob Siebold for putting it together last year.
Well,
Bob?
who made all those awesome YouTube videos? The funny little skit YouTube videos? Those were hilarious.
That was
Bob
Bob and all
Siebold
those
has done
Yeah,
a lot.
yeah,
of
those were
great
great,
those
man.
were
Those
funny.
were awesome.
Those were real funny.
And I'll tell you, we haven't had a really good aggressive membership vehicle in the Supreme Council for Grotto for a little while, and this was something that we tried last year and resulted in 300 people,
Wow.
Masons joining, and the message was received.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's worth it.
Received well.
Yeah.
300
I think we all had fun with that, and it was
We
such
did,
a
yeah.
great thing on social media.
Yeah.
Well, you guys,
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, looking at
pretty cool.
looking at every Grotto's social media and just showing the pictures of every new prophet coming
Yeah,
in with
'cause
all the old schoolers. It was great.
The
It
general
was-
concept of National Grotto Day is we pick one day, which is in March, where every grotto in the country is supposed to hold an initiation, some type of mixer, a party, really whatever they want that day, but something to truly celebrate the grotto.
right.
And that was one of those days where I was so proud of the grotto and what we did for many reasons. One, it was super organized. And we did a lot of things where I think there was memes. There's a lot of meme culture
Yeah.
that was done. There was viral videos.
Yep.
There was hashtags properly used.
Yeah, the YouTube stuff.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to go on this like old Mason versus younger Mason until because I'm 33. I'm kind of becoming older myself. But the stuff that appeals to
What?
yeah, I know.
What is he? Did he say 23?
Yeah,
33.
33.
I know. But the stuff that appeals to the younger group was more utilized there, and it really showed. And I thought that was really the coolest part of it. And then the fact that online, watching everyone do their thing was just really inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it really was.
It was nice.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
It really was.
So, with that being said, we're getting ready to close this out. We got one other thing. Chris, come on in here with the gifts.
Come on down.
We told you that we were gonna give you a little gift, and we didn't know, but you and your lovely wife brought a gift for us.
Yes.
Do you want to come on? Do you want to come on? Do you want to introduce
Actually,
your
come
wife?
on.
I'll let you do it.
Actually,
Oh, stay on here, Chris.
I don't mean to drift, but
do they need to sit?
I'd like to be inclusive and say that my wife is Angelique Mann, and she is a past mighty chosen one of the Daughters of Makana in New York City. Right? We didn't really talk about that, but there is an auxiliary for the grotto. El Jala Daughters also has a cauldron, or not a cauldron, whatever. I don't care. But this is my wife.
And you said the title was Chosen One?
Mighty Chosen One.
Mighty Chosen
Mighty
One.
chosen.
Mighty Chosen.
Mighty chosen.
Is that not a title you would love to have?
Right? You can't say that you would not want that.
That's pretty good.
And it has to be used at home as well.
Thank you both for coming out.
Yeah, and thank you very much for bringing this out for us.
These look great.
Thank you for having us.
And we only have one, sorry we didn't get
Lovely.
your size, but
Take it.
there's a refreshment shirt for you. Just for you. Thank you again for coming out.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you
for
so
coming out.
much.
Thank you very much.
Well, I think we're also getting to that other point of the night we love.
Yeah. I don't
Thank
do
you,
it.
gentlemen.
Oh, no problem.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
so much.
Do you want
And
to?
I will tell all the ladies to watch as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, we need it. We need it. And it comes that time again for shout out.
Shout
shouts
out.
You got his, man. You got.
Oh yeah, I did. Well,
Carl.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh shit, yeah.
Carl's here.
Look who came in.
Another shy little guy out here.
Hey,
like a ghost.
Yeah, like a ghost.
he just came in and rubbed me like a ghost, baby. And he dropped this on me earlier today. Thank you for the shirt,
Victor,
Victor.
whoever you would, who would you like this to go out to?
I would like to dedicate this experience and opportunity to the good prophets of Chi Il Grotto who are present with me today to raise a glass and give celebration.
Thank you.
Here, Grotto Hard.
To all you Grotto guys in
all at the same time. All at
Cheyenne,
the same
man.
time.
Same time. Wait, picture.
I think we're done.
All right, same time. Same time.
First.
Woo!
Nice.
Carl, thank you for ghosting in, my friend.
Thank you, brother.
All right. With that being said, we got some cookies to eat, some drinks to drink, and
Please
some more
add-
fun to have.
Please edit my appearance as much as possible.
Don't worry. We'll make you handsome.
I don't want to sound like an idiot.
You're fine. No
You're
worries.
good, brother.
Once again, thank you for
It's an
coming
honor
out.
having
Yeah,
you.
it's an
man.
honor to have
Thank
you
you.
here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very honored to have you. And with that, everyone, we are taking off. We're calling this a close. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back with more.
Happy
Take care,
Kwanzaa.
everyone.